You know, I never thought I'd have to watch one of my favorite podcasters trip out on meth. But as things have developed, it turns out that I was wrong about not have never having to do that probably.
Who tripped out on meth?
It's not actually meth, but it's we talked about this last week, but it's been getting worse. I'm talking about Vito.
Oh my god, fucking Vito.
Vito and his fucking concerta. And it's becoming like more and more obvious how meth-addled he is. With the prime example being today, where he uploaded a YouTube short that I think he filmed while showering, where he just like rambled into the camera about how he cares about Biggest Problem and how he wants the fans to suggest what he should do to make the show better. But the way he was saying it is like it really does sound like a meth-addled rant. He's just
Oh,
like,
Vito,
you
Vito,
know,
Vito.
I really care about the show, and I know it's the part of the fun is that I don't care about the show, but I care about the show, and I really want to make the show good for you guys. And
You're making him sound drunk, not
well,
high on
I'm bad at fucking imitating shit, but
amphetamines.
he's tripping out, Vito. It's a sad boy. We're at a precipice of Biggest Problem where there's one of two paths. There's the original Biggest Problem path, and there's the PKA path. And let me explain this. So there's of course the original Biggest Problem path. Messy breakup, show's over, Dick and Vito are never seen together again. That is seeming to become like more and more of a possibility. But I have a different theory because Dick Dick 1 is about to have a child and his wife is retiring from his job or her job so she can be a stay-at-home mother for this child. So I do not see Dick giving up $6,000 a week for 3 hours of work or $6,000 a month rather, but still. I don't see that, and also there's the other fact, there's the pride part of it where if we recall Dick spent years being like, Maddox should have just gotten over that I cucked him and kept doing the show. So if Dick quits Biggest Problem because Vito fucked up a live show, he's gonna look like a big idiot. So what my idea is we're about to see the PKification of Biggest Problem, which is that Biggest Problem becomes a show that Dick and Vito do every week remotely, and all they care about is putting out that product. They're never going to do anything else together again. They're never going to be in the same room again. But the show's going to go on forever, but it's going to be remote, and Dick and Vito are going to be seething at each other secretly the whole time forever. And that's my
So
theory as to where Biggest Problem in the universe is going.
post wedding original biggest problem.
Basically, but forever instead of just for a year.
That sounds awful.
But no, because they're good at playing it off. Like I've still been
Well,
enjoying
yeah.
these remote episodes, but like it's obvious that Dick is very pissed at Vito about what happened with Hackmania. Did I even explain that last week?
Yeah, you explained that.
Okay, because I don't remember that
Vito spurred
conversation.
out about Riely and ruined the whole
Yeah,
thing.
as usual, as usual. It was good though. Dick got one over on him because Vito was being a shit and not reading super chats again. Because Tony sent in a super chat about how Riely and Mint are at his house and they're hanging out and how nobody's getting pig's blood poured in their car or whatever. And Vito wouldn't read it. But this week they figured out how to put the chat on the screen. So Dick put the chat on the screen for like 30 minutes.
That's fantastic.
It
I really need to
was
fucking
great.
catch up. I've been grinding the shit out of it lately.
Well,
What
the
did
Dick
I
Show. We're talking about Biggest Problem currently,
Well,
which you
yeah,
probably
I'll
won't
catch
watch.
up on that after this. I want to catch up
Will
on the
you?
Dick show.
Have you decided that you are going to?
Probably because you
Okay.
care more about the whole point was that we were both together on this. Both
Yeah, that is
shows
true. I do.
together.
I care about the Dick Show too. Like, you're not gonna lose me if you only watch the Dick Show, but I do. I do, in fact, care more about Biggest Problem. That is true.
What episode did I come back to? I started on 428.
Of
Either
the Dick
four
Show. Let's be clear, because we were just talking about biggest problem. For the
of the Dick
audience, we're
Show.
now
Yeah,
talking about
I
the Dick
started
Show.
at 428 or 429. I'm currently on 441.
So we're a couple episodes separated from Sean 11. So how are you feeling about Johnny so far?
I like Johnny. Johnny's a good addition. Johnny's always been a good addition. But
Yeah, he always has.
you can
There
tell
was
I was like broken up about Sean leaving, even though I already knew it was gonna happen. The dick.
it really is. It's truly tragic. And
I
like
summed it out
I can
perfectly with the one single text I sent you after that episode finished. The dick giveth and the
the Dick
Sean
giveth,
taketh
the Sean
away.
giveth away, or the Sean taketh away.
I
Yeah,
thought
it was
about
great.
getting. Look,
Um,
I know it's too late to make this like a bit one bit, but like I thought about buying you and me uh black V-necks so we could wear them in solidarity.
oh my god.
It's like I feel like it's 6 months too late, but that would have been a good idea.
When we do our Dickheads reunion for episode 500 of the Dick Show, we'll have Sean Memorial V-necks.
But no, it's been good. It's been good. I'm like Dick has been telling me I'm getting blue pilled again or red pilled. Blue pill is bad.
Blue Pill is bad. I will say that just to let you know of this heartbreak now, so you don't get it raw. It is like there's like this sad yearning that Dick has for Sean. And Sean is not reciprocating it, and it's kind of tragic. Sean was not at Dick's wedding. Dick invited Sean to the Boston show and he didn't want to go. And you could tell when Dick said that he was like sad about
Sean didn't
that.
go to the wedding?
Sean didn't go to the wedding, no, but it was said it's a weird mixed message because the first time they brought it up, they said that Sean was sick during the wedding. But then the next week, somebody sent in a voicemail about Sean not going to Dick's wedding, and Dick's response was just like, yeah. So
That's so
I don't
sad.
know. Yeah.
Don't worry, you're not. I'll just not invite you to my wedding right now, so we don't have to go through that.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah, just so we're clear. Like, if that happens, you're just not invited. It'll be fine. You can party it up with Gingy.
You know what I just thought of that's kind of interesting? I hadn't considered this. But if I had a nickel for every time one of my favorite duos broke up because of a wedding, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Well, Sean and Dick didn't break up because of a wedding.
No, I'm talking about Maddox and Dick is one of them, and the other is Drake and Josh.
Oh.
Their beef started because Drake was not invited to Josh's wedding. I just thought of that comparison. It was funny. I guess weddings are bad luck for comedic duos who I enjoy.
Hence why you're not invited to mine.
There you
so
go.
we can
see?
keep it going. Let's be number
Easy.
3.
Okay.
I'll send you a wedding.
folks.
I'll send you a wedding
sorry.
invite, and you're gonna open it up. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit, Polo's getting married. I'm gonna be the best man." And you're gonna open it, and it's just I've written on yours instead of it saying you're invited. I'm just gonna put a little insert and say not. Like I'm gonna personalize
what
yours.
would be funnier? What would be funnier if it was like RSVP yes no, but the options were no no.
No and hell no.
No and hell no.
Welcome to Detour Head, everybody. I kind of
Yes,
ruined
welcome
your
to Detour
intro, buddy. I'm
Head.
sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm Riely. Here's Alex.
God, man. This fucking like I know it's only been a few days, but my god. Like the Dick Show has pulled me out of this fantasy matrix, and I'm now seeing all the problems that are wrong in the world. And it's
Yeah,
really
I think
bothering
at some
me.
point you like looked. I think at some point you looked within yourself and you're like, I've become a cynic. I have to stop this, and you became like a fucking faggot for a while, but now you've come back to the light.
I really can't like. I don't have bank accounts that are gonna like cut me off for using the F slur. I'm not
You
gonna use
can't.
it, but like,
You're gay. You're allowed.
not really. No, I'm kind of just gonna abandon that. Go back to my straight ways. Donald Trump is president. I need to become a cis white male so I can profit and celebrate as much as possible.
Okay, are you
And
gonna be
then what? And
homophobic
then
this
when
episode?
The Biden Kamala robot wins in 2028, I'll go back to being an F slur.
Folks, I just want to just get ready for some homophobic comments because if you recall the episode where Alex said that he was no longer trans, he immediately became transphobic. So I assume the same thing's gonna happen here.
Not really. I don't have a problem with gay people. Gay people can have been around since the 60s. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Can't dance in the dance off though.
No, not allowed. Not allowed.
Not
No
allowed.
gayness at Rydell High.
Nope. The very anti-gay right L high.
Do you want to jump right into it? Or oh shit.
Sure.
Before we
Oh?
start, you want me to bring up the billboard dude I was talking about
Yeah, yeah,
last
yeah.
episode?
So for those who did not hear last week's episode, Alex encountered in the wild what he claimed to be a divorce lawyer who looked just like Maddox. But it turns out Alex is retarded.
Yes,
And it's not even close to a divorce lawyer, not even
I
remotely in the same area.
have never claimed to be a smart person. I am a retarded. So
I am a retarded.
I am a retarded. So but yeah, so I've just been driving around. There's the there's a dude who I think looks has a similarity to Maddox. Could be a brother or something like that. I think it's funny. And it's close enough. You might not see it, but it's close enough for me to bother bringing it up, all right?
Yeah.
So I sent it in live chat. Let me pull it up on stream here. All right. Did you
Oh, did you post the image?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready for this beautiful comparison. I'm sorry, I had to reply to a comment in the biggest problem Reddit. I'm more invested in this drama than you might think. Oh my god.
Right?
You know what this looks like actually? Are you ready for me to blow your mind?
Yeah.
This is funny because we talked about in a beta idea for the thumbnail I eventually went with for 118. We talked about like face melding you and Dick Masterson. You know what this guy kind of looks like?
Maddox and who?
He looks like if you face melded Maddox and Johnny.
Oh, true. But like you see this guy, this foreclosure guy looks like an alternate timeline Maddox where he gave up on writing and
Yeah.
he's just making a whole bunch of money and he's happy.
He either gave up on writing or he did biggest problem. Either of which would have got him rich.
But like look at this dude. The beard is like almost exactly the same. They're both bald. They
Mhm.
have the giant ass fucking Armenian nose. Tell me this was not worth wasting our time. This was a good comparison.
No, this is pretty good. This is funny.
Look, this dude went up on the billboard like at least a couple weeks ago and I saw it and I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking Maddox. He moved to Ohio. That's how he's making his money.
He's a he's a fucking Ohio man doing Ohio stuff now secretly. He doesn't want you to know.
By the way, this is not doxing. This is public information.
He doesn't want anybody to know where his garbages are.
I just want to be clear about that, Riely. This is not doxing him. This is a public billboard. in the city of
Okay.
where I live, by the way. So like this is all public information. That's his Twitter handle. That's his phone number if you want to call him, ask him what he's doing, ask him if he's Armenian. Please
Redox is gonna fucking call that guy.
look, if anybody calls this number, ask him his country of origin. If he's Armenian, that's gonna be really funny.
Yes, Redox. Tell us if he's Armenian. Don't actually call him.
I think it would be funny if you did, but
Also, I just want to say this is the only time I'm addressing the Kaka hand update thing on this fucking podcast. There is none. There never will be one. Shut up. And that is my official statement
I bet you
on
didn't. He didn't even listen to the show. No
the
way.
existence or lack
No
thereof
way
of
you
the
listened
Kaka
to an
hand update.
hour the minute it went up. There's no possible way that you listened to that fucking show.
I mean, I'm sure he didn't listen to it when he left those comments, but I'm sure he will listen to it.
No, I bet you he won't. Because he's a coward.
Maybe. We'll see.
He's a coward. He won't.
He said he was going to check it out because I told him, like...
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago when I was on one of your
No,
live
like,
streams.
more recently, I mean.
Yeah, like 6
Like,
months ago, I bullied him into checking it out.
More recently, like yesterday, we talked, and I said, and we were talking, and we were talking about the MoCast because I'm making some changes to the MoCast, and I may have to ban Redox from the MoCast comment section. So we'll see if that happens. But I was like, just listen to Detour Head. Like, we have a good time. He's just looking for the fucking Riely friendship simulator. So like, just go here. This is the show where we all have fun and have a good time and do silly stuff.
Oh, does he want to
This
be
is the one
friends
you're
with
looking
you,
for.
but you won't let him?
He's already friends with me, but he just like he wants like shit. He wants to listen to me talk about my fucking life and shit. And he
Oh, this
keeps
is the
telling me
perfect
to
place for that.
Yeah, exactly. And he keeps telling me to do streams, and I'm like, I'm terrible alone. But like the closest you're gonna get is Detour Head because it's just me and one other guy who's funny, and I do talk about my life all the time. So this is the show for you.
Do we want to bring him on as our permanent third? Would that help you at all?
No, I don't think I don't think he will even get in a public VC anymore. I don't think he'll be recorded. There's too many ops coming for him, I guess. I don't know.
We can use a voice changer. We can figure that out. Call him something else. Name him Jack or something. I don't know.
It's gonna be like Carl's friend Cardiff Electric, where he's just a fucking floating potato.
We could put his face on a banana.
Yeah. It is funny that there is now like a character in the greater Dick Masterson universe who's using literally the same filter that Maddox used to, and he can still use it. So obviously, if you're not retarded, you can still use it.
Well, see, if Redox does that, he can literally just call himself Banana Docs, and it still works.
True. We can have Banana Docs co-host our show. But okay, let's talk about Grease. That's what we're here to do.
Cost me $6 to do this episode, by the way, ladies.
Which
and
I
gentlemen.
didn't mean for it to cost.
Cost me $6 whole to do this fucking live this stream, this video.
Because the last time I tried to watch this fucking movie, and every other time I've tried to use Syneb recently, it fucking buffers the shit out of everything.
Do you have
so like,
hold on? Do you have $35 a month for for 90 days?
No, I'm not paying $35 a month for 90 days for your gay little movie thing.
I mean, it's good quality for my little bootleg bullshit. I can invite you, and you can just set up your own profile. It's like $30. It's like basically like $10 a month, and you can get rid of all your other streaming services.
What is it, $20 a month, and you're asking me to split it?
No, I invite you, and you pay for your own.
Oh, I thought you meant
the equivalent. It's like $10 a month.
Okay.
That's what I pay. I pay like $35 every 90 days, so it's like $10 a month.
You know, I'm not paying for fucking bootleg movies. That's retarded.
And TV shows. It's got like
that's also retarded.
If it goes up on a streaming service, it goes up on this website. It's basically to eliminate the use of all these other streaming websites.
But it's just like I already have a bunch of them by happenstance, and any of them I don't have, I can just steal somewhere
Fair enough.
separately for free. So I don't know why I would pay for this service.
Because it's everything in one. It's just simple.
Who would pay to steal?
I'm not
Like
paying
that's
to
the most
steal.
retarded thing you could do. Just learn how to VPN and torrent shit.
It's a lot of work. Why don't I just give this random dude on the internet $30 and he'll give me 90 days access to a website that has fucking everything
Because
at good streaming quality?
what if that guy is some fucking Pajit who's gonna sell your information?
My information has probably already been stolen at this point. I've been on TikTok for 5 years now. I'm sure they know everything about me.
Is that the worst thing I've ever said? I think that's like a similar to the N-word racial slur. Now that I think about it.
There are no N-words anymore. This is
Yeah,
Trump's
you're right.
America. There are no
You're
more
right.
N-words.
Anthony Cumia is back on terrestrial radio. The N-word is allowed now.
There are no more N-words. They just don't exist anymore. We'll be all right. We're going to be okay. Us white people are taking it back. It's our N-word now.
It is still so wild to me.
That sounds bad.
It is still so I will never get over the fact that the fucking king of the N-word, the most racist man on Twitter, like so many people will say like, do you want literally the most racism on Twitter you could find? Go follow Anthony Cumia. And now Anthony Cumia has a job in real radio again. Because this is Trump's America, and I guess it's just fucking we're going crazy.
I mean, you're allowed to say the F slur wherever you want now, apparently.
I mean, I just will. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm allowed.
You're gonna get my fucking channel banned.
I'm fucking listen.
Look,
I've been saying
I'm very glad that I went and backed up the last 4 episodes on my flash drive today. Very glad, because
the issue crew is gonna get like super banned for the episode we recorded last night. It's gonna be bad.
Was it all Hitler support or
It was
anti-Semitism?
let's see. There was a lot of
I'm all
N
about
words. There was a lot of C words, which I'm told YouTube counts just as bad as the N word.
what, cunt?
Yes, Alex.
That's not as bad as the N word.
YouTube counts it that way. Is the point?
You said
whether
the
or not
fucking
it
F
actually
slur.
is.
I'm not calling somebody that word. It's like reading it in Catcher in the Rye.
But regardless, there was all of that, and there was also like I think we said some racist stuff and like some stuff that you're not allowed to say. I have a feeling that episode is gonna be Spotify exclusive pretty quick.
Man, Spotify is like the Wild West of podcasts. You can put anything up there. Spotify doesn't give a fuck.
As long as you don't put copyrighted music in there, good to go.
Yeah, that they're like, oh, N-words? You can go on past. We don't care. But
Taylor
the
Swift,
minute you bring
fuck
in
you.
the minute you bring in music that's not yours, they're like, no, we draw the line at copyrighted stuff. They're like, but you let that podcast in. It's literally called the N-word podcast, where all they do is just say it in different accents. And they're like, well, that's free speech. It's not the N-word's not copyrighted.
Lost media has been created in the Riely cinematic universe due to this copyrighted music ban. It's not. I don't think they deleted it. I think I can just go and fix it, and it'll be fine. But it was like episode 4, I think, of the Jelly You podcast. I guess had some song from an anime in it, so that got deleted. And that hasn't been on YouTube in years, so now it's like unfindable. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And then there was episode 1 of Megazord Radio, which I fixed immediately, but that was annoying because I already knew I had already had a copyright problem with that episode, which is why it was only that episode. Because I initially had like a song from like the Power Ranger soundtrack as like an intro song. And then it got like copyright claimed. It didn't take the episode down, but it was like if I ever get monetized, episode 1 of Megazord Radio is going to be given money to Saban instead of me. So I already knew that was kind of a concern, and then when this copyrighted music ban came out, it was like, yeah, fuck you, and it was like, okay, I guess I have to cut it out of the Spotify version. Then it's annoying.
So, Grease. Have you seen
Grease.
this before?
No,
What the fuck? How have you never seen this?
I've obviously seen clips. I've seen a lot of people reference it, but I've never sat my white ass down and listened and watched some Grease. It's never
Riely,
happened.
the best way to describe this movie is the High School Musical before High School Musical. The original
No, and
High
I
School
did notice
Musical.
that. I did feel those vibes. Yeah.
It's literally like word for word, just with the older generation, basically.
For a minute, I was like, "Why is High School Musical not on our wheel?" But then I remembered why, so there is a reason.
We're not doing High School
But
Musical. It was never
wait,
adapted.
why?
Because we're only doing things that were adapted to plays.
High School Musical had a play.
No,
It did.
I'm not doing. We're doing classical shit. I would like to add
What's so
something else on
okay?
there, by the
Never
way.
mind. I was gonna review High School Musical with somebody else, but now that you're saying we're not allowed, I would like to review it with you. Actually, what's your problem with High School Musical?
If we're adding stuff to the fucking list, I want to add something else too.
Okay, what do you want to add?
Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, done.
Real slow Romeo and Juliet's Shakespearean slow garbage.
Good. High School Musical, Phantom of the Opera. Let's do it.
We're not reviewing all of the High School Musical. You get to pick one. And
Fuck
not the
you.
show. Look, it's either one or two. I will not review number 3.
Wait, why?
Because number 3 felt like a tasteless cash grab to end it all. It was garbage.
What? Number 3 was like the best one.
Yeah, but I don't remember a goddamn thing about it. And I've seen them all multiple times. 3 is forgettable.
You're retarded.
1, I can recite word for word. 2 has amazing fucking songs.
Just do all 3, you coward.
We'll see. We'll see. We
You
got JC
fucking
Superstar
coward.
after this, by the way.
No, that was just because of Easter. We're gonna spin.
You cocksucker. I already watched it too. Whatever, I'll spin the wheel.
Well, I don't know why you did that.
I did it because we were supposed to watch it.
Yeah, for Easter, a holiday that passed a month ago.
And then you canceled.
Yeah, so why would we do it now? We were doing it for a holiday. We missed the holiday. It's the wheel. It's the will of the wheel.
All right. Grease, what did you think about it?
It's pretty good.
The 70s High School Musical.
I wasn't like blown away by any stretch, but I was engaged. I enjoyed it.
Were you
I was
not blown
invested in
away
the
by like the
characters.
first 2 songs? Did
pretty
that
good.
not
They were
like
good songs.
rope you in immediately?
Those, I mean, like, yeah, they were good. Neither of them were even my favorite song in the musical.
Everybody
like,
knows that first song.
I knew that first song.
Yeah. It's by Frankie Valli. That's who sang
Wait,
it originally.
yeah, wait, did you mean Grease or did you mean Summer Nights?
Grease.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were counting the fucking intro song.
Yeah, everybody knows the intro song.
Yeah, I was confused for a minute because I'm like, I know he's talking about Summer Nights, but what was the second song? What's so important about that one?
It's Summer Nights. Grease Lightning is also the one that everybody knows.
I knew Beauty School Dropout. The two I knew were Summer Nights and Beauty School Dropout.
How the fuck do you know those songs, but you've never seen this movie?
Because I've seen clips and or parodies of Beauty School Dropout and Summer Nights. I actually I went on like a journey to see if I could figure out where I knew Summer Nights from, and I couldn't do it. I remember I have this very distinct memory in my mind of seeing somebody perform Summer Nights, at least the part where he goes, I met a girl crazy for me, and then the girl part where, but I remember seeing a version where the guy was a really good singer and the girl fucking sucked, and I can't find it. I wish I could, because I have this powerful memory in my. The moment I heard that song, I was like, "That's what that's from." But what was that? And I couldn't find that, and I'm upset.
By the way, I'd like to point out my dedication to this show. One cost me $6 to put this show on for you guys, for you fellow listeners.
Oh, I never even explained that really, because we
Um,
got into a diatribe about your website. So I rented this movie so that I could watch it stably, and I just like as I was just being silly, and I was like the things I do for this show,
yeah,
and then
Riley
Alex
fucking invoiced me $4.
and then I invoiced him for it, and no, I didn't. I was just being silly, and then he was like, "I got you," and I'm like, "It was $4 fucking. I don't need you," and he was like, "No, no, no, no. I
Look,
got you."
the show has been put on hiatus on the YouTube for a while because I've just been sitting on 2 full episodes. So I've just been
I
lazy.
mean,
So I
on
feel
the
like
podcast
that's
feed too, considering all those episodes were released exactly on time.
yeah.
Yeah,
How many episodes did you release?
like
Be honest
3 or
with me, because
4,
there's no reason to lie.
like 3 or 4.
Yeah, like I don't, not once in the almost 120 episodes that we've done have I ever said, "Did you upload it to the feed?" I've left you
No, but I think a
alone
couple
on
times
that.
you've said, "Why the fuck did you not put it on the feed?" Like early on when you actually cared.
Well, maybe early on, but like let's say in the past 100 episodes, I've just left you to your own devices on that one.
I would say past 50 maybe would be the highest number I'd be willing to assign to
Know
it
about that
confidently.
one.
It might be a little more than
I don't
50,
know
but
about that
50 is the
one.
highest number I could assign it and be confident is at least somewhat correct.
Okay. Okay.
'Cause it's
I'll
definitely
let you
happened
have it.
since it's definitely happened since episode 19. It's definitely happened since then.
The dedication to my show to this show was a Freudian slip there. Excuse me. Um, I have not packed a goddamn thing, and I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good.
I picked up a suitcase from my parents on Monday. Today's Tuesday, and I leave tomorrow and Wednesday. And I have not packed a
My
goddamn thing. It is
Here's
still
my
current.
dedication to the
It's
show.
still currently in the car from Monday, by the way.
My dedication to the show too. I double booked for today, and you were the second one I booked, and I picked you.
Who was the other one?
Royalty. I was supposed to do their show.
Oh, you're fine. You chose correctly.
I did choose correctly, but the courteous thing would have been to choose them because I did them first.
Yeah,
But
but fuck them.
instead, but fuck them though. Actually,
Fuck Crow Royalty. Only coming on the show when I'm not here. I was trans at the time. That's transphobic.
I mean, but we just haven't invited them back since. I'm sure they
No,
would
that's
come on.
transphobic. He only wanted to do the show when I wasn't here.
It's true. What a transphobe.
Just put everybody on blast this episode. We just
Fucking big.
Shut the fuck up. Talk about the goddamn movie. What'd you think of it? What'd you think of the storyline? I guess a good thing we could have done in hindsight was watch High School Musical and Grease and compare the two. But
Oh God, there's like a whole thing going on over there. Why are they? This is stupid. Sorry, there's some shit going on in the Crow Discord. Apparently, I guess I missed the whole thing.
okay, what's going on? Tell us about
I
it.
I I abandoned them, and they started rebooting their whole Discord server and saying things specifically to fuck with me.
Fucking mute your phone.
I'm not gonna look at it much. I just happened to notice while I was looking at something else. It's like, oh, okay, that's fun.
Anyway, I've done no packing for Colossal Con, but
That's fine.
I would advertise that I'm going to Colossal Con, but this was coming out after I get back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm sure we have lots of listeners at Colossal Con just clamoring to get a meet and greet with the great
I
Alex
matched with one
Fellowship.
girl on Tinder who was like, "Oh my god, I follow your podcast," and I'm like, "How the fuck did you find me?" And
Wait,
she's like,
what?
"Yeah." And she's like, "Oh,
What the
you were
fuck?
handing out Pokemon cards at MatsuriCon," and I'm like, "Wow, you're literally the only person I've ever met that
We
like,
actually got a listener out of that?
yes,
Holy shit!
people love free shit." I got like six. Well, yeah, I got like 12
How long
subscribers
ago
from
was
that
this?
a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy. Hi, if you're still watching.
I've been left on red, homie. I don't think she's watching anymore.
Heck.
I gotta find those nice Christian girls who like Trump. That's what I'm aiming for now.
Yeah, yeah.
No more of this LGBT
And
people.
I don't know if you get a hot MAGA girlfriend, I might be out of a job because that sounds like a great podcast co-host to me. So I'm hoping that
Find a trans man who loves
yeah.
Trump and call us and just restructure Detour Ahead and call it the Mega Boys podcast. I just got past the election cycle on TDS. Oh, when Trump won, it like reinvigorated me with like masculine energy. It was so amazing. I love
I,
listening to him rant and rave about how America is saved.
I love how Dick insists that his son was conceived on the night that Trump won the election.
I
It's like I
feel
know that's the one. I could feel it. That one
I
was
feel like
potent.
that's true though. Like that's like fate.
He could feel it in his bones.
I gotta find a girl for when Trump. I gotta find a girl within the next 4 years so I can name my son Donald on election night.
Haha. What do you mean election night? He's not going to be running. Well, Trump Jr. probably will be. So
No, it was a joke because Trump wants to run for a third term.
I don't think I think the strategy there is the Trump dynasty. I don't know if I've had this conversation with you yet because I've had it with like 10 people. But that's my prediction is that he's putting out these Trump 2028 hats and whatever. I think this is all a long con bit, and what it's actually going to amount to is a Trump Jr. presidential campaign.
No,
And they're
I
going to be going
think
for the Trump dynasty.
no, they're not going to run another Trump right after our
I
current
think
one.
they are. I think that's what Trump 2028 is about. They want to start the
No, no,
Trump
no, 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 no,
dynasty.
no. He's going to be the vice president and Vance is going to be the president so they can just run
That's
again.
not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
A president can't be a fucking vice president. There's no way that that's true.
Bet?
There's no fucking way.
Positive.
There's
I know you.
no way. It would have already happened. Obama would have been Biden's vice president. Fucking retard. There's no fucking way. Are you silent because I'm right and you're retarded?
No, because I'm trying to read based off of shit, but it's not the little AI overview that I trust with my life on Google
I
isn't
don't know
giving
why you would trust that. The thing that is specifically known to be wrong all the time.
because it helps me with Pokemon. Pokemon is right. Pokemon is easy. So when I ask it real complex questions, I'd be like, okay, I trust you now. You told me how
And
Baneri evolves, so now you can tell me if the president can become a vice president.
can a former president be vice
Exo
president?
Fecto.
I guess. It requires a president, vice president. Okay, I guess. I guess it's never happened. It's never happened, but I guess it's allowed to happen technically, according to Grok. I guess that's a viable theory too then, but I'm guessing Trump Jr. I don't think Vance has the chops. Not that I know shit about Trump Jr., but I think the name recognition on its own.
I don't know. I really think it's gonna be another woman and JD Vance. Because after a two-term,
Why would you think it's a woman? What has Trump done that would make you think it would be a woman?
the liberals are going to pick a woman to face JD Vance.
Oh, I thought you meant JD Vance was gonna have a woman vice president. I got confused for a minute. I was like, wait, what's happening? I thought we were talking about Trump.
I don't give a shit who his vice president is. JD Vance is cool. I like him.
No, JD Vance is a fucking little retard little brother. Nobody fucking cares what he has to say. He does not have the chops.
But he answers the questions he is given. He does not skirt the questions like other presidents and like other people do. You ask him a question, he gives you an answer. That's why people like him. Even if he's fucking retarded, he still answers the question.
I don't trust Vance to be confident. I don't know if Trump would trust Vance to be confident. I'm betting on the Trump dynasty. I don't know about the Trump. I don't know if it'll be Donald Trump Jr. or one of the other Trumps because I don't know who the Trumps are. I'm not caught up on the Trumps. I know Trump has like a hot granddaughter. I've heard. That's the one other thing I know besides like Trump Jr. and Ivanka and I guess Barron.
I would
Barron
vote.
Ever spoken?
I would vote for Barron in a heartbeat. I love that little kid. He's great. Just so many memes behind him. He's quiet. I feel like he's looked at his grandfather and been like, "You're a fucking you old fuck.
Barron was almost responsible.
I'm gonna kill you and take over the United States." Kind of vibes.
You might think you might think he's based, but I'm pretty sure that Barron is the one who almost got Trump to be on the Hawk Tuah podcast, which he only wasn't on because he almost got shot in the head.
Which won him the presidency, by the way. I want to point that out.
Yeah, that's true. That I knew that the moment that it happened.
Oh, yeah. You and I talked about it on this show. The minute he almost got shot. Sorry. The minute he got shot, the election was over. There was nothing the Democrats, liberal fucks could do.
No.
You take a bullet for your country while running for president, the election's over. That's it. Kamala should have taken one in, like, the liver.
If we had a new candidate that was confident and they had, like, been nice about it, but, like...
Who are you going to pull? Who are you going to pull? There's nobody over on that side anymore. Who cares?
I'm not saying we even have one, but I'm saying that, like, if it was somebody competent, we could have spun that in a way where we weren't completely fucked, but Biden definitely couldn't do it, and Kamala definitely couldn't do it.
I feel like it would have been a closer race if your guys' party didn't completely give up on fucking Biden. If you guys didn't convince yourself that the Republicans convinced you guys that Biden was bad and forced your hand, and then you looked and found nobody else, so Kamala took his place and fucked it up because she doesn't know what she's fucking talking about.
No, the fuck up is different than what you're saying. It's not that fucking no.
No, the Republicans made him seem like a bumbling asshole.
He is the forced your hand. He is senile. He should have never run. That was the problem.
What, in 2024?
Correct. He should not have run for re-election at all. He should have dropped out. There should have been a Democratic primary. Joe Biden running for re-election is the most catastrophic thing to ever happen to the Democratic Party. That fucker should have quit immediately. He's a fucking retard for trying to run again.
The most catastrophic thing to ever happen to the Democratic Party was believing in black people and women in politics.
Hey, we did pretty good with the black guy. We had a pretty good run with the black guy.
Because the white people couldn't figure out anything to beat him.
We got Florida to fucking major majority vote.
Because there's a bunch of fucking old people down there who can't pay their fucking medical bills. Obamacare was their saving grace. What do you mean? If there was no Obamacare, he wouldn't have gotten a second term. We would have gotten, what's his fucking name, Mitt Romney,
Oh God, that guy.
and his
I guess I
seven
don't really
first
know anything about
ladies.
that guy, but I remember talking shit about him in like fifth grade during the 2012 election.
We would have gotten Mitt Romney with his first, second, and third ladies.
Does he have sister wives?
No, isn't he Mormon?
I didn't. Maybe I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure he was.
Yeah, I have to assume a polyamorous president wouldn't fly, especially on the Republican side.
Maybe in like 40 years, where the LGBT poly groups, the polycules take over the world. Where the
Is Ivanka
straight,
Trump aligned politically with her father?
I don't think she gives a shit.
Because like she seems to be like genuinely like smart. Like I could see her as a candidate if she has political opinions, but I've never looked into her political opinions.
I
But
don't think
she just seems
uh,
smart. She seems well spoken. If I had to pick a Trump kid to be the president, it would probably be Ivanka.
they're not. The Republican Party will never, maybe not anytime soon, run a female
I
presidential
could see
candidate.
Ivanka. I could see Ivanka's vice. Like if they did Vance Trump, but it was Ivanka Trump.
I really think it's going to be Vance for the next election, unless Trump becomes a dictator, in which case, hail Trump. But
I think it's the dynasty. I think JD might get vice again if that's allowed. I don't know how that works. But I think it's gonna be a Trump in the chair. That's my guess. I don't know.
JD can run for can be vice president.
Okay, I didn't know if you could be a vice president for different people. I didn't know how that worked, but
I mean,
yeah,
but it was Obama and Biden for 8 years.
yeah, but that was still Obama. I'm saying like I didn't know if you could have a different if you could be a
I'm
different
still
guy's vice
surprised you
president,
haven't pulled out like the one thing that I hear Democrats say.
which is
Trump
what
Trump has only won against women.
I guess you're right. I guess that's true.
It was their biggest mistake is running a woman. We're not ready for a female president in this country.
Yeah, it should have been fucking it should have been Bernie in 2016 definitely.
No.
And in 2020 it should have been Yang, but realistically it wouldn't be Yang, so like again it should have been Bernie. It's fucking terrible that Bernie got so snaked so many
Bernie is
times.
part we need people from like we need like 40 and 45-year-olds in office, not these
Listen, I would like
89-year-old
that
fuck
too, but
asses.
that was not an option. Based on the options available, Bernie was the call.
Bernie was not the call.
I think he was.
I feel like if you put Bernie in office right
Over
now,
Clinton?
no, because I wanted Trump to win.
Okay, okay. Well, then there you go. You know Bernie had a better chance than Clinton, so there you go. That's all you need to say.
Clinton was doomed to lose ever since she fucked around with Benghazi shit and the emails. That was it. That she was done after that. And that was long before she decided to run for president. She was fucked from the beginning. Your party is
Well,
failing you.
you know, I know my party's failing. My party's fucked. I'm the one who says it is my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that the fucking Democratic primary is literally fake.
Well,
Like
yeah,
it's not
Obama was
real.
controlling Biden. Biden didn't know what he was doing.
But even then, I don't care about what Biden knew he was doing. What I'm saying is that I don't think they actually count those votes. I think the DNC just says, "All right, who do we want?" That's what I think. Because I think Bernie won in 2016. I think Bernie got more votes than Hillary Clinton. But
There
they
were no
said, we
votes.
want Hillary Clinton.
I
You vote
still,
in a primary.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They
It
throw
doesn't
them in the
fucking
trash,
matter.
I think. But I'm saying they did vote. But I don't think those votes were actually counted. I think that if they were, Bernie Sanders would have won.
I don't think so. I think there's too many old people who look at Bernie and go, "You're a fucking psychopath. No, I don't want you running my country."
Fucking man, if you were a young person who was if you're a young person who was old enough to vote in 2016 and you did not vote in the primary for Bernie Sanders, fuck you. I hate you.
I voted for Trump.
You personally are my greatest enemy. No, you're fine. You voted for Trump. I know that, but I'm saying voters in the Democratic primary who were young but were old enough to vote in the Democratic primary at the time who did not vote for Bernie Sanders or
Trump,
anybody.
look,
Go fuck
there's
yourself.
nobody that the DNC could have pit against Trump to win. There was not a single human being on earth.
Sanders.
Trump had the entire South with "Make America Great Again." Nobody has ever had such a good slogan that has stuck by throughout the years. Like, there's a whole
people,
fucking
listen, some
movement
people hear
behind this.
slogans and they're like, nice, cool slogan. Some people hear, I think that college should be free, and they're like, hell yeah! Hey!
You're a fucking retard. Retard! College should not be free.
Yes, it should.
Why?
Because it's further education that people should pursue, and we shouldn't be being bilked for all of our fucking money to do so.
Okay, so
We shouldn't have to be spending thousands upon that. If it costed a reasonable amount of money for a service for a human being to cost, sure. But
Okay,
the amount
so
it
lower the
costs now,
price.
fucking kill yourself. You have to lower the price like 500,000% before it's reasonable.
yeah, make it attainable, but not free.
Okay, what is the fucking difference at that point? Like, okay, why do we need to bilk them all for $50 then? Because that's what's fucking reasonable.
Okay, one, back in the 1800s, high school, there was college for like doctors and lawyers and shit, but high school was not attainable for like 75% of the population.
Back in this terrible fucking dystopian time, this was true. Isn't this a great argument?
You realize that if you make college free, it'll become mandatory. And then another higher form of education, you're in this infinite loop of like, first there was no
That's retarded.
like,
Don't fall for it. Squash it. Get rid of it.
that's so impossible to do.
Yes, it's completely fucking possible. Just don't fall for the grift, retards. Shut it down.
No, because you're putting everybody, that's fucking communism. You cannot put everybody on an equal plane. There needs to be diversity in terms of education.
Fuck equality! I'm Alex! Nobody's allowed to be equal! Conservatives are so fucking evil! You're such a fucking retard! Fucking kill yourself!
Look, all I'm saying is that over the past couple hundred years, grade school was barely attainable by a majority of the population. Then it became attainable, so high school became the new higher education. High school became attainable by everybody, so then college became the new. There's going to become an additional like 4 years of schooling that's going to become unattainable if you make college free. Because we live in a capitalistic society where people want fucking money. It's all about making money. It has nothing to do with education.
Okay, maybe that is what it's about? That shouldn't be what it's about! You fucking retard! What are you do? Are we supposed to just accept how the world is if we want it changed? No! We're supposed to fucking change it!
How are you gonna change it? Say right now, college is free. Trump comes out. Communism.
Communism is how we fucking change it.
I got a Russian passport. Let's go to Russia right now.
Yes, let's go.
And I'll fucking leave you there, and you can go live in communist Russia.
First of all, I don't even think Russia's communist anymore.
No, Russia is communist, but it's like.
Are they?
Are you living under a rock?
No, but like I know communist. There's like the USSR, but like what's communist? Like, I don't pay attention to the political policies of Putin? Are they still communist over there?
Not
I feel like people
officially,
have
but
like
they're democratic over there. If I go as a Russian citizen, by the way, I have dual citizenship. If I go over there and choose to run against Putin to become president of Russia, which I am allowed to do, by the way, like that is a real thing I'm allowed to do because I'm a natural born citizen over there. I go over there and I run for president. I will be dead within months of starting my campaign. Who knows? Food poisoning? Bears on unicycles? Don't know. But behind the scenes, Putin will kill you. Putin is basically a fucking dictator.
yeah, okay. Have we ever considered doing the principles without having a guy there who's insane? Have we ever considered that? Have you ever considered finding a guy who doesn't want thousands of people to die for his amusement and letting him try communism?
It doesn't work.
How so?
It's perfect on paper, but it
It's never
doesn't
been
fucking
tried. True
because
communism has never been tried. That's real. People make fun of that phrase, but that's fucking real. True communism has never been tried. It's always been a dictator wearing communism as a hat.
because people are selfish.
Yes, and we need to find someone who isn't selfish
No,
and
no,
prop
no,
him
no,
up.
no. Has nothing to do with the government and who's in charge. It's the people who are selfish. Do you not think me as a doctor will get mad that you are getting the same shit as me, even though you sit on your ass and make
Boo-hoo!
fucking podcasts all
L
day?
plus ratio. Boo fucking who? Fucking cry harder.
That's retarded. That's why capitalism works. To an extent. I say to an extent because
Harder.
it's not really working right now. But like
I'm
communism
not making
works in
enough
a perfect
millions of
utopia
dollars.
where everybody is the same. You're so
Everybody
retarded.
is the same in their fucking hearts and souls. We've just fucking found ourselves in a fucking terrible capitalist dystopia where people's values are based on their fucking ability to fucking just do some menial bullshit that everybody wants to kill themselves because they're doing. Like
To
no matter where
contribute
you
to
are, no matter what
society.
profession you're in.
So me as a delivery driver should make the exact same amount and have the exact same benefits in life as a doctor who saves lives.
Yes.
Why?
Because we're all equal as human beings and we should be able to live peacefully in a society where we can all live within our means and
That'll
not
never happen.
suffer.
That's a utopia. You're talking about a
Yeah,
fictional fairyland.
let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And when people complain, we say boo-hoo, cry harder, shut the fuck up. We don't care what you're saying.
So that's a
And
dictatorship.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you
Except
liberals
except we
are
won't
already
except we
saying that
won't
Trump is a dictator. So you got what you wanted.
except we won't like kill them and erase them from pictures and fucking throw them away. Like
Do you want to
that's
know
not gonna
why
happen. We're just
communism will
gonna tell
never
them
work?
fuck off. We're not gonna pay you more. Kill yourself. Like that's all.
Do
We're
you
not gonna
know
do anything
you're
to them.
explaining the reason why communism doesn't fucking work. It's because people are not perfect. There's going to be jealousy. There's going to be madness. There
And
are
we
going to
punish that,
people who
much like we punish crimes now.
communism is for a perfect utopia where people don't care anymore. Hop everybody up on drugs.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sure. If that's what it takes, sure.
That's asinine.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be letting people fucking die in the streets. Maybe figure out how to fix that in a different way, and I won't be fucking saying that you should all not get paid your fucking money. Maybe
What are
use
you
that
talking
money a
about?
little better.
Homelessness now?
I don't know, homelessness, victims of war, victims of natural disasters, all sorts of things that can result in a person just being living a life of squalor and suffering that frankly
Homelessness
nobody
can be
deserves.
fixed very, very easily. People are just lazy and don't want to do it.
Okay, sure.
There are shelters all around fucking every single Democratic run city. There
Yeah,
are
shelters where they like steal all your shit and treat you
no,
like
no,
trash.
no, not even just there are shelters where you can stay if you can put your shit somewhere in a park or something like that. If you don't want it
Just
if you
dead
don't want
drop
it
your shit in the
quote
park.
unquote stolen by fucking authorities at the homeless shelters, there are public baths in these major cities. I'm talking from experience, not that I've been to one, but I've seen them around. So you can go clean yourself up, go get a fucking job. You don't need a house to have a job.
It's so easy to get a job. Every job's clamoring for people. Nobody's ever had trouble with a job search. Jobs are just fucking raining out of the sky.
They are.
They're
Because people
not.
don't want to work. The younger generation doesn't want
Alex,
to work.
this was true in 2022, maybe.
Riely, my
This
company,
does not
the
exist
company I
anymore.
work for specifically, not even considering any other company, just my little family run company that I work for, has hired and has hired 15 different people in the past 8 months. Every
Okay.
single one of them has quit because they don't want to do the job. They don't want to
And
work.
yet when people
So we are
reapply for that job, they're
constantly
not taking
hiring.
everybody.
We are constantly hiring. A lot of these places are constantly hiring. I still get updates
They're
on jobs
constantly
that are looking
hiring,
for
but you
me.
don't get picked. That's the problem. People struggle to find jobs because they apply for a job and 90,000 other people apply for that job and another person gets it. Are you not familiar with the concept of a job search? Are you hollow in there? Can I knock on your fucking head
Then
and
you
hear the
keep
fucking...
going. There's no way that some company is hiring for a single goddamn position at these
If I put
lower
my ear against
levels.
your ear, will I hear fucking ocean noises?
We're supposed to be talking about fucking Greece, by the way.
Sorry, you really triggered me by being the most retarded person I've ever met.
God damn. We need more Luigi Mangionis out here doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still pissed that we didn't capitalize that
That's
at
the most
all.
anti-capitalist shit in the world.
Yes. Because the higher ups are fucking the lower class.
Yeah.
That doesn't
So he
mean
fucking did something about it. He's a hero. We need more heroes like
Is he
Luigi
going to jail, by the
Mangione.
way?
We need Luigi Mangione to be the fucking president is what we need. Vote for Luigi Mangione. 2028. Fucking if a felon can be president, I'm sure a prisoner can be one too. Luigi Mangione, 2028. Fucking vote for him. Presidential campaign for prison. It'll be great. What, you got a problem with Luigi Mangione? I thought he was based, Alex.
I love what he did. I support him in what he did because he did it with a comedic style.
He was funny about it. Yeah.
If I'm gonna go kill somebody of power over like the way they handle money, I'm going to put a shit ton of Monopoly money in my fucking backpack for the cops to find. That's fucking hilarious. He pleaded not guilty, by the way, and he still hasn't been sentenced.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get
I hope
sentenced,
they
but he
find him
will
not guilty
probably.
because there's nothing connecting them to it.
I don't think that it's going to be real hard to find a jury that will convict him. is the problem.
That's probably why it's been how many months? That happened last year in like November, by the way. They're
Yeah,
probably still jury searching right now for it.
yeah, because fucking every person they go to is like, yeah, that guy's fucking based. Like, it's really hard to find a jury that's gonna convict Luigi Mangione.
It's just, it's so goddamn, like, I get where you're coming from. I understand that, like, the people who make a shit ton of money. Let's bring this all the way down. Let's bring this all the way down to like a small
But you
corporate
are
level.
a cuck who refuses to fight for change, and you're like, oh, that's just how
I'm a
things
fucking
are.
cuck?
No.
I'm a cuck who refuses to fight?
Yes.
You live in your mother's fucking basement. God damn it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Don't come
and
after fucking me, you cocksucker.
Yeah, and you are fucking. You're down with a system that is the complete opposite of what the world should be, just because you're like, that's just reality, bro. You're voting for a fucking terrible person because that's just reality, bro. That shouldn't be reality.
It shouldn't, but what are you going to do to change it?
Ripped apart and fixed.
Are you out there protesting with all the other rainbow-haired fucks out there? No.
I don't know.
No.
I could be.
You're not.
I'm voting.
And you won't.
I'm talking about it. I'm making my voice heard.
On podcasts that nobody listens to.
Maybe
you're not out in
someday.
downtown fucking whatever city raising fucking picket signs saying Trump is funny.
Okay, whatever. I don't have to be the fucking ultimate warrior to be on with a fucking campaign.
You're a silent
I don't have to be
voice.
Fucking #1 contributor to fucking support it.
I support Trump because I voted for him. That's what I did. I helped him.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I liked the things he did back in 2016. And I think that the election was stolen from him in 2020.
The fuck did he even do during his first presidency?
Things were fucking cheap as shit.
Okay.
You wouldn't know that because you were still in school back then. You weren't paying for things.
I'm sure that was all Trump and not just happenstance of the economy.
The stock market grew. My parents made hundreds of thousands of dollars just because of what they invested in the stock market. And Trump helped them make a shit ton of money. We were doing good because he's a fucking businessman.
I don't think it had anything to do with Trump. I think you were just on an uptick as a country and then COVID happened. Like, we were just improving constantly until COVID hit and ruined everything. It wasn't Trump. It was just a general uptick in the economy that continued through Trump up until COVID happened. Guess who failed to recover?
Things
Donald
went up
Trump.
After Trump had taken presidency.
They went up more.
Things were not on the up and up from Obama.
I don't know.
Obama is the modern Great Recession of 2008. Okay. That's because of Obama.
You mean the year where he wasn't even president?
Obama was president in 2008.
He was elected in 2008. You don't get he was sworn into office in January of 2009.
Okay, so how did he do anything to fix it?
I don't know. Was there still one? Was there still a fucking depression in 2009?
Yes.
Because I seem to hear 2008 a lot. When that
2008 is when it started. 2009 is where it continued.
Not the late 2000s depression, the 2008 depression.
2008 is where hundreds of people killed themselves over the amount of money that they lost because the stock market completely just disintegrated.
I don't know, man. At least he's not a part of the fucked establishment that's on purpose trying to make things worse that you're just down with.
You're over here complaining about it, but I don't hear you, like, there's no, like, realistic suggestions. Alex.
Sometimes people are gonna fuck up. Just because the guys who are evil are better at not fucking it up doesn't mean we should just hand the keys to them. No, we should hand the keys to the heroes. Maybe the heroes are a little rough behind the edges, but they're not evil.
Like Kamala?
Donald Trump.
Why is Donald Trump evil?
Because he's What do you mean? Because he's fucking throwing a bunch of innocent people out of the country. He's fucking. He's an
Who broke
asshole.
the
He's
law coming here?
racist. He's a fucking misogynist. He's a rapist, pedophile. Can I? The list goes on.
Okay, where are you getting these allegations from though?
A sexual assault case that he was ordered to pay for in a
Okay.
court of law.
Sexual assault and rape are two different things.
Okay, fine. Sexual assaulter. Just to be clear, I don't want a sexual assaulter to be my president either. I also think that's evil.
Do you think it's evil to throw hundreds of thousands of black men in jail for things that they didn't do?
I don't think Kamala's the fucking shining hero either. It's just that we're at a point in society where we're not even given the opportunity to prop up heroes because the whole entire society has been brainwashed. Nobody's willing to rise up enough that we can get momentum. I want this change in the world. The politicians who exist right now, they all suck, Democrat and Republican. The Democrats are a lot better, but they both suck. They're both got some evil going on, and I would like the swamp to be drained in all aspects, and for somebody who's not a scumbag to run the country, which I don't think has happened maybe ever. Maybe Abraham Lincoln was the last non-scumbag to be president.
Are you sure about that?
Well, who else is a non-scumbag? Let's go down the list.
Kennedy.
I'm sure. I don't know anything about him, but he's got the politician vibes. I'm sure he's got skeletons in his closet.
Well, yeah, he cheated on his wife with Marilyn Monroe, but that's like the
Well,
only
that's
public.
fine. You can cheat on your wife.
Yeah,
It's just
like-
whether you do evil things for
What
the
the fuck?
world.
It was the fucking 50s or 60s or whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you wanted to your wife. Your wife was an object back then.
You cheat on your wife today, she's probably gonna divorce you, and I'm not gonna feel bad.
Yeah, but then you
I
gotta
don't
pay
care what people do in
alimony
their
for that
bedrooms.
shit. Like back then, you could just be like, "Fuck you! I fucked the neighbor. I don't give a shit. What are you gonna do? Run away? Take my kids? You're an object. You don't care. I don't care. I don't care about you. I bring all the money. What are you gonna do without me? Go get a job? Yeah, like they're gonna fucking hire a woman in the 50s. Fuck you. Get your ass back in the fucking kitchen. Nowadays, you have to. Nowadays, that everybody cares about women. Speaking of, did you notice not a single fat person in Greece? Not a single one. Nobody.
In fact, there was a
not
person they called
goddamn
fat
person.
who wasn't even a little fat.
There was not a single person who was over 200 pounds in that entire movie.
There was a girl who they called fat who is like not fat at all.
Yeah.
Like I could not look at that girl and say that girl is fat and have any sort of logical backing.
Not a single
that's the
fat
girl they
person.
said
Did you
was
notice
fat.
also that there are only like maybe at most, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention mostly, but they might be using the same actor. There was only like 2 or 3 black dudes in that whole movie too.
Well, yeah.
What a
Sure.
brilliant movie. What a fantastic movie. You couldn't make that movie again this year. Today. You couldn't make that movie today. Didn't have enough DEI. Not a single
Yeah,
fat
yeah.
woman, Riely. Not a single one. Not even like the words curvy didn't even exist back then.
Well, they did, but they just referred to like fat tits and like a nice ass.
Yeah, but like not thighs or waist or anything. Do you know what the average
Yeah.
waist size in the 70s was?
What?
26. Do you know what it is today?
Probably much larger than that.
34.
Honestly, I was
almost
expecting it to
10
be worse, but that
inches.
still sucks.
That's almost a full foot, Riely. That's ridiculous.
man.
I cannot believe how fat women are getting.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be Dick
unfortunate.
Masterson here. It's a legitimate concern.
The women are getting too fat.
They are no, not getting. They have been too fat. I still stand with with Dick Masterson from the original Biggest Problem, everybody needs to lose 20 pounds.
Somebody needs to
I
lose
think
20 pounds.
nowadays it's more like 60 or 70, but he has Fat Watch for a reason, because it's astounding how fat these people are getting. Not just women, but men too. And this is not attacking you, because you're my friend, and I would never attack you.
No, I understand. Like, you can attack me because I've always been the type of fat person
But
where
like,
it's
if
like,
we
yeah,
put you in the world of Greece, you would be an outcast. Nobody would talk to you.
100%.
You'd be a fucking alien for all they know.
No, I feel honestly like I think that's I don't know if that's necessarily true though, because like I I was also probably the only kid as fat as me when I was young, and like I think there's something of a novelty to it. Like it's like look at that silly little cartoon character over there. Look at how fucking fat he is, and then you want to hang out with him.
Well,
So you
see,
can laugh
that's
at
what
how
happened
fat he
way back
is.
when. That's why we had like oddity circuses with like lobster people and shit. You had the world's fattest man. You had people who just could not control themselves, and they went to the fucking circus.
Yeah, that's literally me. Like, I know I'm a bad person. I know that I'm dying. And I have an addiction. Some people have meth to deal with, like Vito. I have food to deal with, also like Vito. But you know,
I'm gonna
the
put you on a
the
don't pray that you never come up here. I'm gonna convince you not to. As much as I would love for you to come back up here, the minute you come back up here, I'm locking the fridge.
you see, I didn't want to mention this because it creates too much expectations of me. But I did kind of start my diet again today. Like I've been on track today.
Well, yeah, no, I'm getting fat too. Like I understand that like everybody's fat. And it's ridiculous. Like I want to go back to the 70s so like everybody can look at me and be like, "Ew, what? Why are you so fat?" And I'd be like, "Well, now I got to get in shape." Now I feel pressure. In today's day and age, there is no fucking pressure. You can be whatever size you want and everybody's going to love you for it. They'll be like, "Oh, that's okay that you're 700,000 pounds. We don't care." Hey, do you want to go make a shit ton of money and go on my half ton wife show? We'll give you a shit ton of money to parade you around the United States on national television for being fat.
I listened to recently I listened to WATP TDS crossover they did live on stage. And they reviewed like a fat woman podcast where the fat woman talked about how she was scouted for My 600 Pound Life.
Go
And was
do it.
very
If that's
offended
your
by
dream,
that.
if you want to be fat, go make a shit ton of money off it. Like, I don't care what these people do, but my God, you gotta lose a little bit of weight.
No, that's what makes it funny, Alex. Is a lot of people just want to do it as a grift. Most people who are on My 600 Pound Life ask to be on My 600 Pound Life. This woman was scouted for My 600
That's
Pound
ridiculous.
Life.
When I told you I was fucking red pilled by Dick Masterson, it's very much true. If you listeners have not listened to the Dick Show, go listen and you're gonna have your fucking mind blown. It's like stepping outside of the fucking Matrix.
Dick Masterson is like the actually good version of what people think like Andrew Tate is.
Dick
Where
Masterson
it's
is the
like
glitch in the Matrix that gets you out.
he's not trying to grift you by like telling you
No,
that
he's
you're in the
literally
Matrix.
just spouting
He's
his
just, like,
opinion.
he's telling you the truth and doing it funnily, and you're like, hey.
But like you
Most
got
of
like
what he says is not the truth, by the way, because he has different political opinions to me. But some of the things he says are pretty damn true, like the fat women thing.
they're so fat. That was like I've watched Grease before, but after listening to Dick Masterson and then coming home and watching Grease, I'm looking at every single woman, especially in the backgrounds, and I'm like, there's not a goddamn one whose waist is over 28, 29. Not a goddamn one. Every single woman in that fucking movie, you look like you could break in half. That's what we got to get back to as a society. Do you know, you talk about communism, I guarantee you if every woman was beautiful, there would be no more war. There would be no more problems if there weren't so many fat people on the fucking earth. If everybody lost a whole shit ton of weight and there were no more fat people, everybody would be happy.
Yeah, it would all be love and rainbows from there.
I'm not attacking you personally. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm attacking all the people who are doing it because they think it's funny or they're like, you know, deep down that being fat is not good. And I know you
Correct.
know that. You're not one of these fat activists who's going to parade around San Francisco and yell at skinny women for getting a smaller piece of cake at a wedding. You'll go through life knowing that fatness is bad, but because of like laziness or you just don't really care, it's not really going to affect you. But there are actual people out there who are like, well, no, I'm who I am and I'm going to stay this way because this makes me happy and this makes me proud. And I'm proud to be 700 pounds. And I'm like, why? Does it not hurt to get up out of bed in the morning?
Yeah, being proud of that shit is retarded. Like I can kind of
I'm
honestly,
230 pounds and my back hurts when I get out of bed. I'm 27. My back should not be hurting.
yeah, it's like I honestly like the way you're saying. Like there are people who are prideful about their fat, who are like fucking land monsters who can't live. Like I could understand if you were like 200 pounds and you were like, I don't care that I'm fat. Like whatever, sure, you could live your life. But if you're 700 pounds, like how you can't walk? How are you proud of this?
And see, that's why, like, whenever I go on a fat rant, it's not targeted at you because I know deep down you know that it's wrong. It's just, it's
I
hard to
know
get
I
out
am
of.
sinning and causing my life harm. I'm aware of this.
It's hard to get out of it, though. I completely, like, I'm not, like, comparatively to you, I'm not fat. But, like, in my mind's eye, I know I'm fat and I know I need to do something about it. But I'm not going to because I'm lazy, and that's the biggest problem with now. Let's get back to the fucking musical. You got me fucking ranting about fat people. I can go on
Yeah,
for
this
hours.
is this has gone a whole different direction.
Look, I watched the fucking musical movie, and I saw that none of the women were fat, and I'm just like, it got me fucking riled up that like I'll walk outside and just see a fat woman, and I'll just be like, oh, you're fucking disgusting. What's wrong with you? And I'll just show her Grease, and I'll be like, why? Why can't you be like this? What's wrong with you? Why can't you do this?
Also, oh, I guess maybe if it was PM aspirin, I was about to say, does aspirin knock somebody out? That was another detail I remembered from the movie, but I guess there is PM like Advil or whatever, because that was just a line I didn't understand. So there's a bit in the movie where one of the high school girls has a brief fling with an adult man who runs a TV station.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
little like,
yeah, that was a
okay,
little.
maybe the 70s weren't like, oh, you like older men. Okay. I'm like, okay, pedophile, calm down.
Yeah, and then there was, but then they said like she said that he tried to drug her later, but she said that he tried to put aspirin in her coke, and I'm like, the fuck is that gonna do?
I mean,
It's gonna take away her headache. What a fucking what an evil man.
and then there's like the whole Danny does a whole thing where he's trying to like grope and touch Sandy at the drive-in, and then she's like, "Fuck you! No, I'm not doing that shit." And she runs off, and he sings a whole fucking musical number about getting left because he was trying to rape her. I want to get back to those days where like you can try and rape somebody, and then music starts playing in the background, and you get your own song for it.
I mean, like again, but this is not acceptable behavior. But like, I understand the story they're trying to tell within the frame of the movie. That's the thing, right? Is like these are these pieces of media that get like banned later because of these things. Where it's like I get what they're trying to do. Like, here's the idea in the film: him and Sandy are like in love. They're progressing in a relationship. He's done this before. He knows what the next step is in his mind. He takes that step. She freaks out. He doesn't understand because that's never happened before, and it flips him out. He sings a song about it. That's the story they're telling.
Yeah.
But the scene is depicted as it looks like he's trying to rape her, and then he gets sad because she won't
See,
let
we're
him.
seeing it through modern lens. You got to see it through like a 70s lens where like the only telephones that existed were one per household.
Yeah, it's these things where like they're not like thought through when they're written in terms of like what's this gonna look like in terms of if it happened in real life. It's just like no, we're telling a story, we're depicting this thing, and it's like no, I immediately get what they're doing. I immediately get what they're trying to convey.
So why you DM me? Why did you think someone was going to jail?
Because they literally set it up. They literally like it was like a Chekhov's gun that I thought was gonna go off. Because randomly, when they're talking about this drag race, like 30 minutes into the movie, somebody says, "Hey, I thought I heard last year that like everybody there got sent to jail." And it was like, "Oh, okay. So this movie's gonna end with them going to jail,
No,
isn't
it's a
it?"
high it's 70s high school musical, bro. That's why I figured you'd like it. That's why I've been pushing it for so long cuz you love High School Musical. Like way too much for a
Let me
male
be clear about
20-year-old.
something. I think you have a misconception about me. I want to review these movies with you, not because I'm some super fan, but because I haven't seen them in decades. I am a fan of High School Musical, the series, specifically. I
Which is a
haven't seen High School
retarded name,
Musical,
by
the
the way.
movies, in a long time. It was a retarded name, but that's good. You know why? Because if you have a retarded name, it gets people curious. Because that's why I watched the show, is
No, it
because it
turns
had a
people
retarded
away.
name.
It turned me away. I like High School Musical. It was great. Songs were catchy, at
For
least
me,
for
it
the
was
first
like
two movies, but like High School
for
the
people who aren't.
musical, the series sounds retarded.
Well, it makes sense in context, but regardless, the point is, for people who aren't fans of High School Musical, they hear about this and they're like, "Why is the show called this? That's a terrible name." And then I watched that. That's what I said, and then I watched one episode as a bit, assuming it was going to be terrible, and then it was actually great.
Because you're gay.
Correct, because I'm a gay theater kid, and the whole show's about gay theater kids.
Yeah. It appeals to the LGBT QIABCADY.
Even though the main gay couple has a cheating scandal at the end, so I guess they're not very nice to gays overall.
I'm on my Trump arc this year. These next 4 years, nothing but Trump, nothing but cis white male energy. If we get a woman Democrat president, I'll go cut my dick off and become a woman, and then I'll get it
Also, I
back
feel
when
haven't we
Trump
talked
Jr.
about
comes back.
Olivia Rodrigo? Because she's in that show.
In High School, the musical, the series based off
She is
the
the
original High
main
School, the
female
musical.
lead
Why?
because she was an actress before she was a full-on pop star, and her last big role was the main female character of High School Musical, the series.
It sounds like she made a mistake and she quit, and that's why it's not going anymore.
Oh well, no, she actually quit before it ended. There's a whole season that she's not in,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like sounds like she made a mistake, and that's why she quit.
no, that's not true because the show was popular even after she left. It's just
I
they
don't think
decided
it
to
was
end it.
that popular.
It was popular enough. They would have given them another season. The creative team decided to end it.
Okay.
Like it was doing well enough that Disney was willing to keep it going as long as they wanted to keep it going, and they decided to end it. But it was popular enough. It's got a cult following. I'm in the High School Musical, the series subreddit.
Did you relate to like anything that happened in Greece at all? Like, did
No, because
any
I didn't live in the 70s.
you can still relate to it, like pep rallies, falling in love, trying different things, like Danny did. Nothing. Have you ever
I
been to
mean,
a drive-in?
if you're getting that abstract, no, I actually have never been to a drive. Have
What
you?
the fuck? Yeah, it's fucking
You've been to a
fantastic.
drive-in?
Yes, I've been to a fucking drive-in.
Do they still exist? Where do you find such a thing?
There's some up here. They still run things. It's like a family event now.
Oh, you know what? I'm having a memory. I think like when I was really little, my mother might have taken me to a drive-in.
It's great. They have their own radio station on one of the like 89.3 or whatever statics ones. and like they hook it up to that, and then you turn your car on to that specific radio station so you can hear the movie through the radio in your car, and it's fantastic. I took me and Taylor went. It's fantastic. It's great. It's such a good idea, and it's sad that it's not really a thing anymore. The one thing that I never like that I didn't like, I understand, like I know the movie, but I didn't experience was the nighttime pep rally with like picket signs and torches and shit.
Yeah, no, I've
I'm
been to
like,
a pep
okay, this is a
rally or
little
two. None
like
of them were like that.
pep rallies are held in the gym during the school day, not
Correct.
in the dead of night where kids can go do whatever. Like there's clearly there. Did you notice Olivia Newton-John didn't start having an Australian accent until like halfway through the movie?
I did notice she was very inconsistent accent wise.
It was the 70s. Half these people have never even been to Australia, so you're like, oh, sounds like a British accent maybe, just wing it, we don't care.
The opposite. You see, I'm very used to people fucking up accents because this is a fun fact. I don't know if you know. This is a nerd fact. So for I'm gonna. It was like 20 years. Power Rangers was filmed in New Zealand, and they hired actors from New Zealand, but they made them talk like they were American because for some reason they just thought like kids couldn't relate to somebody with an accent. So like now, whenever you watch any Power Ranger seasons for the past 20 years, every once in a while you just hear those accent slips, and you're like, oh. That's not how a person says that in English, in American English, you fool.
It really was just High School Musical, but like the original High School Musical.
I definitely see the inspiration. Actually, while I was researching, I was trying to find that scene I saw of Summer Nights. I used Grok as I usually do now when I'm trying to find something, some secret that I have hidden in my brain. Um, and one of the things it suggested was high school, because sometimes Grok will be like, "You're retarded," and the thing you're saying isn't real. Here's something that's vaguely similar, a little bit, kind of. And it was like High School Musical. They don't perform that song in there, but it's basically like Grease, but but High School Musical instead. So
But
maybe somehow that's what you're thinking of. It's like that's not true, but I was happy to hear the comparison, and I can see why.
was there anything else that stood out to you in the movie? It
I
being
mean,
your
like
because
the
like
characters.
I was introduced to this when I was single digits age. Like this was like my first time watching this movie was on VHS. That definitely ages me because I'm sure you don't know what a VHS is.
No, I do, but only because I have an older sister who's 10 years older than me, and I got all of her VHS tapes hand me down.
Okay. So I watched it on VHS as a child with my family. It was one of those family movie night kind of things. So like I've known about this for decades at this point. But was there anything that stood out?
I mean, like, just the characters were all well done. Like, I'm trying to think if there's any particular standout. It's kind of just very like it's a good musical. Like, it's about all I can say about it. There's nothing like I don't have any intense burning feelings about certain parts of it. It's just like, yeah, it was a solid story from start to finish. I was invested in the characters. They're all good singers and performers. I was entertained. I was entertained and engaged and invested in the characters' well beings, and it was an effective story. There's nothing too crazy in there that I'm like, oh my god, that's insane. It was just a very good story. I got to, kind of lose myself in this weird ancient world that I never got to experience. That is the 1970s. But just enjoy these charming kids as they try to make it in the world. And they're a little rough around the edges, and they got to figure it out. It was just a solid story. I was satisfied.
It was I I really like it. It's something that I hold like if I'm looking for something where I can just kind of zone out, but also like if I'm looking for like a movie that has music that I can listen to, like my go-to right now is Hamilton, obviously, because I'm still on the Hamilton train. Um,
Makes sense.
Hamilton or Epic the musical, but Hamilton has like actual visuals. Um, but like before I knew about those, it would be like excluding Disney, it would be Grease. Grease you put on the background so you can like have something going on the TV but still be listening to the music. The soundtrack is fucking amazing. The rewatchability is fantastic. The re-listenability in terms of the soundtrack is great. A lot of the song, a majority of the songs are catchy too. Like I'm sure they're going to be running through your head all day at work tomorrow or whatever. You're muted, by the way.
Maybe a little. They're not as earwormy as some other musicals I've heard, I don't think. But
Maybe
there's
not
there's a
like the
few good
whole
ones in
song,
there.
but I'm sure at some point tomorrow you're gonna be like, "Grease is the word," and you're gonna fuck, and you're gonna get mad because you're gonna hear that, or Beauty School Dropout's gonna start playing a little bit.
Also, you know what other song I knew from this musical? I forgot that I said I knew Beauty School Dropout and Summer Nights. You know what I also fucking knew? I assume everybody knew this. This song can't be from fucking Grease. This had to have been a licensed song that they performed in Grease. That last song, not the last song actually, because there's like a little mini song after this song. But like that big performance where Sandy gets all fucking punked out and they do that duet. That song is not from fucking Grease, is it? No
It's
way.
gotta be from Grease.
No way that song's from Greece. I've heard it too many places and never heard it connected to Greece once. There's no way. You're the one that I want. Yeah, like I've heard that too many times. It can't be.
You're the One That I Want is a song performed by American actor and singer John Travolta and Australian singer and actress Olivia Newton-John for the 1978 film and musical Grease.
Oh my god.
It was exclusively for that musical.
Well, that song has just transcended then, because I've heard that shit on like the radio, and I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, that's from Greece."
Well, Grease is the word that the opening title song was written and produced by Frankie Valli.
I feel like I also have heard Greece is the word, but like not as much as You're the One That I Want. I could believe Greece is the word is from Greece, but the You're the One That I Want is shocking that that's from fucking Greece.
Yeah, they're all of the songs performed are original and made for the movie itself. Which is what made like you don't see that very often nowadays.
Yeah, you have jukebox musicals now, which I don't necessarily hate, but it's a
By the
different
way,
thing.
just so you I will come back with a second review of this, not Grease, but Hamilton. Me and my parents in like a month or two, in like a month or a month and a half, are gonna go see Hamilton live.
Oh my god,
Isn't that fantastic?
that's
Hamilton
awesome.
was great. I'm convincing them to go. It's in the middle of summer, and my dad's like, I don't want to go watch a play in the middle of summer. I'm like, Dad, it's at like 8 o'clock. I'm like, it's at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. Like, what else are you gonna do? Sit and drink fucking bourbon and watch fucking golf? Fuck
Yes,
off.
don't interrupt my bourbon and golf time.
Like, I want to go see it, and I will go see it live. I want to go see it so bad, but I also don't want to pay like hundred or
I
two
haven't
hundred
seen a live
dollars.
stage show in so fucking long. I need to find like where there are plays and see them. I think maybe the last time I saw a fucking play is when I saw my school's production of Aladdin in like 10th grade,
Um,
which was pretty good by the way. I went to a I went to a pretty good school for like the theater program. I was not in it very deeply because I only got one opportunity to audition and I beefed it. But it
I
was a
think
good
you should
program. There are a
look
lot of
into
talented
like
people
improv
there.
groups around where you live.
I might.
I think you should just get your foot in the door.
I've thought about it. I've thought about doing maybe like improv or like musical theater, trying to look into like what goes on around here as far as that is concerned.
Oh, speaking of improv, I did float the idea of having a third guest to Penguin because I felt like it was. I know she would say no. Like I knew 100% it was going to be a
You,
no.
you mean a third chair, like Penguin
Yeah,
is the co-host?
yeah, a
Okay.
third
What did she
co-host,
say? No.
another co-host. I
Did she say no? Perhaps.
Yeah, she said no. I knew she was going to say no, but I'm like, look, if I would have felt guilty if you weren't one of the first people offered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair.
And then she does Gingy listen to the show?
No.
Fuck Gingy.
Oh wait, yes he does.
Fuck Gingy.
But fuck him anyway.
Penguin's like, you didn't ask Gingy, did you? And I'm like, we're not asking Gingy. And she's like, good call. Look, the one thing that I'm looking specifically for if we decide to bring a third person on this show permanently is good improvisational skills.
I know it should be, but I know you won't do it because there's one particular topic you're uncomfortable with that he likes. So I know you won't do it. But I think we already have the candidate. We'll see who you can find, but I know who I want it to be. 100%.
Who is it?
What do you think?
Crow?
Think about it for 1 second. No! Oh God!
Oh, you
That's
want
a
Mo.
nightmare. Nope. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad, but no. That's not who I'm thinking of.
Mo is good in small doses.
Yeah, it's fair.
Especially since we're basically like doing the Mo cast.
You would become the third chair. We're too powerful.
You have the Mo cast. I'd like to keep Mo at the Mo cast and occasionally bring him on every once in a while.
That's cool.
Mo is good.
We gotta do a.
Who do you want
This
to
show
bring
needs
on?
a. This show needs a MoCast takeover. We haven't done one of those for this show yet. All my other shows have had a MoCast takeover, where instead of the people who are supposed to be there, it's be Mo and Violet. We gotta do one for this show at some point. But
you should have did it this week where I'm gonna be gone. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, maybe so. It would have been.
I mean, you can still set it up if you just send me the audio. If you do it.
Regardless, I'm talking about Brad, Alex. I thought you would get that when I said the one particular topic that makes you uncomfortable, that being too much politics.
Too much motherfucker, we spent an hour and 15 minutes
blabbering
on about
but if I
fucking retarded.
Yes, but if we continue to relegate this conversation after like a week or two, you're gonna be like, can we just like never talk about politics again? And then we won't for 3 months, and then this will happen again, and that will be the endless loop for the rest of time.
I'm red pilled now. I'm red pilled now. I didn't like talking about politics because I was blue pilled. I was stuck in the Matrix. Dick Masterson pulled me out.
Genuinely, I think the episodes we've done with Brad of this show are like genuinely good. Like I think he is like a good dynamic with the two of us.
Dick Masterson's voice was like the hand of God that reached through the Matrix and pulled me out. Come, my child.
As much as I already can't politically rumble with Brad, and I would be completely fucked. I can't. I'm bad at politically rumbling with you separately. I'd be absolutely blown out every week.
Well, because he already agrees with me on a lot of things.
But I think it's good.
You're over here talking about how communism is the perfect utopia, like a fucking retarded.
Whew. This has been a high energy night. And it has nothing to do with our actual topic.
We've talked a little bit. Okay, you want to get back on track? Did you have a favorite character? We could do the wrap-up questions. We're almost 2 hours in.
Okay. Who was my favorite character? That's kind of a good question. Like, again, I think the characters were just like generally done very well in this. Like, it's like a hard pick. It's a more like minor pick. Like this is me like glomming onto a side character who I find entertaining. But like, in fact, I don't even remember her name, which is how unimportant she was in the movie. But the beauty school dropout. What was her name again? Frenchie. Like I really liked Frenchie.
I'm in the not exact same. I'm in a very similar boat. I want to say my favorite character is like the one outside of like Frenchie, Sandy, and Zook and Danny. The other person who got a lot of like character development throughout the movie that I like was Rizzo, the black-haired girl.
Yeah, Rizzo and her boy. What is his name?
Kaniki.
Kaneki. Yeah.
Um, Rizzo went from being a complete and total fucking bitch to being like, oh, you actually kind of feel bad for her because now she's
Yeah, they
getting
were
bullied.
really good at like turning you around on Rizzo. Cause like immediately I was like, okay, so this is gonna be the fucking I almost used the D word. Let me not go too crazy.
The D word?
Dyke.
Well, dykes
You
get
don't know the
dykes don't exist in the 1970s. Excuse you.
yeah, that's true. She's not one, but she's got the persona of one. And she's just like the rough and tumble, take no shit, short-haired girl who's gonna run around and emasculate all the boys for fun. And it's like, okay, I get what she's about.
Yeah, and then
And then
she got
they
pregnant, and everybody's
then they
like, "How you
deepened
fucking
her,
bitch, you stupid asshole! I can't
and they
believe you
just
got pregnant, you stupid
what an
idiot!"
idiot,
And
what a
she's like,
stupid idiot.
"Well, now I kind of feel like a piece of shit." And she turned it around, and she made friends with Sandy at the end.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful
Very,
thing.
very redeemable character at the end.
I think she
So,
made friend. I think she made friends with Sandy from the very beginning. I think Sandy's overly sensitive. I think if I
well,
had
yeah,
a,
Sandy's a virgin prick. Like, you don't
yeah, it's
want to
true.
be.
I think if I went to a friend group's house and I came out of the bathroom and they were doing a musical number about me, I would join in. Like,
Well,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
but
be
that's because
offended.
you sync to everybody's level.
Yeah,
Like, if you come up here and I'm doing a musical number after you take a shit, like I magically pulled Gingy and Penguin and we're doing a musical number, you'd look at me like, what the fuck are you, what are you doing?
no. If you were doing a musical number about how much of a piece of shit I am, I would have to like jump in with a rap. Like, I need to
We
be a part of this number.
you'd come out from taking a shit and we'd all just look at you and the music you'd get the record scratch stop. And the camera would just pan to you and then you just start rapping in with
And
more
start
fuck
freestyling
Riely.
about how much of a piece of shit I am.
That's the imp see, yeah. But so Rizzo would be, did you have a favorite song?
Yes, it is Sandra D. Like I loved that number so much.
For me, it's the very stereotypical answer, but it's the opening credits song.
That's not even a performance. That's just a fucking cartoon with a song playing in the background.
Okay, then it's Summer Nights then.
Okay.
You need a strong, like, the thing about these musicals that we're going over the past few months, you need a strong, engaging, catchy song at the beginning of your musical or it's going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Summer Nights really hits it home with like engaging you in the actual music aspect of the movie.
There's a reason why I heard one line from Summer Nights in some stupid innocuous TV show or video, and that stuck with me for all of time. Like I've just thought in my head randomly, like I before I even watch this movie, I will occasionally get just that one line stuck in my head where it's like, I met a girl crazy for me. Like
It's
that
probably
part
on TikTok,
specifically. Yeah, probably.
but what other wrap up? Oh, rating.
Uh you see, the thing is like I don't want to suck its dick too hard because again I didn't really have much like enthusiasm about any particular parts of it. But it's just like an extremely well put together project that kept me invested. So like it does deserve a high score. Basically, I'm stuck between 7.5 and 8, and I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and say 8.
I was gonna give it 8, probably maybe
There you
eight and a
go.
half at most.
Which is fun. You can tell how much the differences in weight that me and Alex give to ratings because Alex fucking adores this movie. It's like a beautiful thing from his past, and I'm like, it's pretty good, and we gave it the same rating.
well, yours is a first time rating. Mine is I've known about this and watched this throughout my life rating.
Fair.
But I give it an 8. Like my scoring, if anybody has been curious about why my scoring is relatively high for a lot of these, is I look for re-listenability rewatchability, and general entertainment. Those are like the three big things I look for. Shrek the Musical, I will had no rewatchability and no re-listenability. I was engaged the entire time, but I will never listen to the soundtrack and I will never rewatch Shrek the Musical. Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, no engageability, no rewatchability, no nothing, which is why it's probably the lowest score I have.
I feel like Shrek the Musical does have engageability and rewatchability. I feel like you're being too mean to that.
No, it doesn't have rewatchability, but I was engaged the entire time. Rewatchability is I enjoyed that a lot. I will watch it again. Grease.
I,
I've been
Shrek the Musical
watching
had good
this.
songs. I've Shrek the Musical songs stuck in my head forever. You're not giving Shrek the Musical enough credit. I don't remember how much credit I
But
gave
like
it when
that's
we
why I
talked
gave
about it.
Hamilton a 10
but
out of 10. Is because I will continue to watch and listen to the soundtrack forever because it's absolutely fantastic work of art.
It's fair.
So like I have a grading scale for a lot of these. It's not like okay, rewatchability is like a 2.5 out of 5 or whatever. I just group them all into a 10 in terms of like a 1 to 10.
Listen, I know what a good musical number looks like. Let's just say, if you asked me what my favorite anime scene was, and you asked me what my favorite musical number in a musical was, it would be the same answer, and it would be Ellen Light playing tennis. So just get ready for that, because that shit is the best.
Uh do I have to pull the wheel up?
Yes. Let's see what we're doing.
I got to fuck with the fucking settings again cuz
I'll
Discord
take
decided
I'll take Hairspray. I'll take Jesus Christ Superstar. I would love, obviously, to get Death Note the musical, but given the pattern, I'm not holding my breath.
I don't know why my visuals tab on our show got that's why because it's still set for side by side. I've never went and fixed it. Some on-screen editing here real quick. There, that's good enough for now. Where's my wheel?
Wheel of
Wheel of names.
musicals.
Look, I'm sorry that I have to edit this on the spot. All right. I apologize to our lovely viewers. So we're adding JC Superstar is back on. Phantom of the Opera has been added, and then which High School Musical would you like to add? One, two, or three?
I guess one for now, because you're still a cuck, and I still want to harass you into doing all three until you let me. So I guess we'll start with one and work our way from there.
Well, because I don't want to add. Because I don't
Why
want to
not?
have High School Musical as like three. Like I'd rather it be three separate things. Like
No. Here's what you should do. Don't put them on the wheel at once. Put
yeah,
High School Musical on the wheel, and then once we land on High School Musical, put High School Musical 2 on the wheel. And
that's
then
what I
once
was
we
gonna
land
do.
on High
Yeah,
School
I
Musical
don't want to
2,
do
put High School
1,
Musical
2,
3 on
and
the
3
wheel.
all on one video.
Correct.
I
No,
want to do them
yeah,
separately.
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Did we have any others that were added?
No, I think that's about it. Oh, did you add Phantom of the Opera?
I did. Yes.
Okay, well then, yeah, we're good.
Let me double check the.
Knowing my luck, we're gonna land on fucking Phantom of the Opera tonight. Which
Okay.
that one I definitely know songs from my gay choir days. So get ready for that.
Okay, so we've added way more. So Death Note the musical now has a 1 in 6 chance instead of 1 in 3.
Yep, great.
So, do you want me to share the screen with you, or do you not care? Do you trust me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's such a pain in
Maybe
the
you should put maybe you
ass.
should put Naruto Kid up so they don't have to look at my side profile this whole time.
All right, you got it.
Yep. Oh wait, no. Yep.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what we get.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay.
Would you like a reroll, sir?
Nope. That's what the fate ordained me today.
Look, there's this one girl. The reason I want to add this is because there's this one VTuber who used to be a hentai voice actress who did a cover of the one song from Phantom of the Opera. So now I'm like, well, now I have to go watch it because you sang.
Wait, when you say the ones is the one song for Phantom of the Opera, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, because the song that I know as the song from Phantom of the Opera is not Phantom of the Opera. There's a particular favorite song I have from
But
when I
see,
performed
the
Phantom of the
interesting
Opera medley
thing about
in
Phantom of the
school.
Opera is I'm going in completely blind. I don't know a
You've
goddamn thing
never
about it.
seen it
Don't say anything. I don't actually know anything about Phantom
at
of the
all?
Opera. Nothing except for the one song by this hentai voice actress girl that I've listened to.
I've never seen it, but I know songs from it because I did a medley in choir. So like I know I've
I
sang Phantom of
know
the Opera.
Phantom of the
I've
Opera
sang
song. That's
Think
it.
of Me. Think of Me is my if you want to hear 12-year-old me sing Think of Me on YouTube, that's out there. I don't recommend it, but that's out there. Maybe I
You
need to
we got to bring
maybe
that
I
in
need
for
to
the show. We got to bring that
maybe
in
I
for the
need
show.
to maybe I need to practice Think of Me and Think of Me and do a new version for the show. I don't know if we need to see 13-year-old Riley's
I think
version.
13-year-old Riely singing Phantom of the Opera is a very good idea, but we'll see how you feel later on. All right, the
I
next time
mean,
we do a musical,
I'm definitely not going to produce a whole musical number by the time we do Phantom of the Opera, so I'm sure it's going to be the 13-year-old me, but we'll see if I get the drive.
all right, Phantom of the Opera it is.
I don't know if I can even sing that song anymore. It's so fucking high.
I'll send
I can't
you.
even I can't even hit the first note. Fucking oh god. Something got unplugged, but nothing I'm using, I guess.
All right, are you ready to wrap up here?
What was it? Yeah,
We're
sure.
almost 2 hours in. I would like to go to bed. I
I
gotta.
thought we were already 2 hours in like a half hour
We were an
ago.
hour and 45. I round up. We're an hour and
Okay.
56 right now. So like it's almost 2 hours. And there was no like shenanigans that I had to cut out this episode, so but all right everybody. Next
All
time
right,
we do a
Alex, we're doing this
musical,
fun new thing. We're doing this. I've done this on other shows before. We're doing it on this show because I'm ready to get out of here. It's called Turbo Plugs. Do your plugs now. Do them fast. Go.
linktr.ee/colchu.
linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. RELY Cinematic Universe. Hey.
All right.
And there you
We
go. The show's over.